Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're going to be playing Rakdos Affinity. The Affinity deck, despite being, despite recently getting a banning, has been given new cards to be able to play with, and we're going to do a little bit of experimentation. So we're actually cutting the blue entirely out of the deck, and we're just going two colors. Today we're going Rakdos, and the new cards we're running, we got Blood Fountain here. 1 mana gets you 2 artifacts, and both of the artifacts do good things. We've also got Wedding Invitation, which can give our Atog unblockable. And, it also draws a card when it comes into play. It's an artifact. This is taking the place of the Prism. And we're also running Reckless Impulse. 2 mana to exile the top 2 cards. It's basically taking the place of Thoughtcast. So we've got a couple cards that are swapped out for some other ones. Hopefully we won't have too much trouble with our mana since we're only 2 colors. And then as far as the sideboard goes, we got a full set of Duress. We got a bunch of Krark-Clan Shaman, some Cannonade to help deal with ground creatures. We've got 1 of Cast Down. Might like some more of that. We don't really have a good plan against Affinity, which is a shame because we're probably going to be seeing a lot of Affinity. Maybe we can bring Duress in for that matchup. Obviously, we can bring in Cast Down for them. But we're not going to have access to Hydroblast, which would have been a pretty good option if we were playing blue. Would be nice if we had the turn 1 Blood Fountain, but we'll play the Bridge to start. Snoopy's mulliganing pretty heavily here, down to 5. Get another Blood Fountain. So we could play Blood Fountain, Wedding Invitation. Then we'll just go Wedding Invitation, get the card draw. Cool. So next turn we can go Wellspring Fountain. Oh, I love the Deadly Dispute to go with the Wellspring. That's pretty good. If only we had a 4/4. Turn 3, we could have played the 4/4 for free. Pretty cool. Looks like we got a really similar start here. Oh, and they actually have the Enforcer? Okay. Should be pretty hard for them to kill the Tog here, and then we can just attack in for the win next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have a lethal. Okay, so they're playing Thoughtcast. Looks like they're playing the Grixis version. Wellspring, they look like they're tapped out here. So this should just be a GG, I think. Now remember, the opponent did mulligan very heavily here. Well, Disciple of the Vault really locks it up. Always yes, always yield. Okay. Opponent scoops up before we have to go through the whole rigmarole. So we're going to bring in Cast Down, Shenanigans, and I was thinking about bringing in Duress, but let's see what we actually want to cut. Because I don't think I'm honestly going to want to cut very much out of this deck here in this matchup, especially. The Galv Blasts kind of seem poor. I guess they get rid of the opposing Disciples. Alright, hopefully we'll be able to use Makeshift Munitions to kill the opponent's Disciples. We have one cast down for one of their Atogs, which is not great, but we've got a couple Duress. Maybe we can, like, pull some important cards out of their hand. I'm not sure. We'll give it a shot anyway. Got lucky with that first game. We were on the play. We got the Atog first. And winning Invitation just made it easy. There's no question, you know, they can't block the Tog, they can't kill the Tog, they're dead. That's a mulligan. This is a keep. And we'll get rid of probably TBR. Blood Fountain's just going to make so many artifacts for a Myr Enforcer. We also have Reckless Impulse, hoping for something we can play here. Deadly Dispute's pretty good too. Oh, Ichor Wellspring's an interesting one. I was thinking about using an Impulse here to try and find a land, but Ichor Wellspring is a really nice option too. Especially with the Deadly Dispute. I like trying to save the Impulse, I think, for like later in the match, so that we have more chance of being able to play the cards. One of the things that I always kind of like think about when I'm looking at Impulse is, am I going to be able to cast the cards I get off of it? Santiago, thank you for the good wishes. Okay. Oh, if we had done the Impulse, we would have found the land. They're going to Deadly Dispute in response to my Duress. Makes sense. Deadly Dispute is a really good card. Alright, so they have a whole bunch of good stuff here. Thoughtcast to draw 2, Blue Elemental Blast to counter the Tog. I think we'll just get rid of Thoughtcast here. Could get rid of the Blue Elemental Blast, and then they can't counter our Tog. Playing the Tog into their Galv Blast right now is a little bit of a worry, though. We've already played a land this turn, right? We played the Great Furnace, I think. Turn 4 plays Great Furnace. Okay. If we draw land next turn, we can play Wellspring, Munitions, and Myr Enforcer. But it looks like we're just going to get hit for a ton. And yeah, they had Fling as well, so they can like hit us for 8. We're at 8, and then they have a Fling, so like one more Galv Blast is lethal. Yeah, I think I could have played that out differently without having access to very much mana here. And now I'm kind of priced into playing these cards if I can. Oh, they just have the Galv Blast? Okay, good job. We'll keep this. We don't have a lot of redraw, but we just have a ton of artifacts to put into the battlefield immediately. Not a big fan of the additional makeshift munitions there. Draw a card, see what we can find. Oh, we find a Tog. Not bad. Seven artifacts on turn 3 again, but no 4/4, unfortunately. Thinking I probably play Blood Fountain Tog on my turn, depending on what kind of mana they have available. I am kind of worried about that Blue Elemental Blast, but we don't really have anything to do against it, unfortunately. Yep. So they take the Ichor Wellspring, makes sense. Ichor Wellspring is a great way to draw cards. We get a cast down, alright. I'm going to play the Blood Fountain Tog, I think. Maybe we're supposed to play Munitions into this. Yeah, I think it's pretty certain that they have a Pyroblast, or sorry, a Hydroblast to counter our Tog. At least with Makeshift Munitions, we can sacrifice the Wellspring, draw a card. We can also use a Blood token to get rid of one of these munitions. Ah, Reckless Impulse, okay. Yeah, and they're holding up the blue mana here. Okay, play the Great Furnace. And yeah, I think we'll use Makeshift Munitions on their turn to deal them a damage, draw a card, and this way we get to see if they find a, what's the name of that card? Disciple of the Vault. If they play a Atog, we have Cast Down. And if they counter our Atog, we'll eventually be able to get it back. Okay. So they can put us to 1. All right. Love to see it. Not digging the extra land there. I guess we could discard it with the blood token. Kind of want to discard this. Another land. All right, let's redraw a little bit here. Oh, come on. All lands on top. All right, we're going to throw this into a counterspell so we can get it back later with one of these blood fountains. We're going to want a couple of creatures in the graveyard so we can do that. Ooh, Ancient Grudge on the Blood Fountain. Yeah, good call. Now we won't be able to bring back that Tog. Oh, unless they don't have a green source. Might still be able to get this fountain to work. Okay, that's a good one. Oh wow, they're going to Ancient Grudge the Blood Fountain in response. I think we're going to use it to get that Atog back. Yeah, they're using their Blood Fountain. Always yes. Always yield. They could have saved themselves 1 point of damage there. Not that it's a big deal. Oh, they have a Disciple of their own. War of the Disciples, and we're tapped out, so we can't use Makeshift Munitions to kill their Disciple right here. So they can sacrifice and fling. We're tapped out, we can't do anything, so I'm just going to F6 here. But yeah, I have a feeling that they've done the math that this is lethal. Easily. Alright. Lose match 1 to the Myr. Good games. Not great. I think we keep it anyway. We got some redraws. Okay, that makes sense. Playing against Burn. See if we can find a Blood Fountain on top. Disciple of the Vault will do. Into their Searing Blaze. Times like this, I wish Disciple of the Vault would drain rather than just do one. Let's play Wellspring. Temur Battle Rage. Alright. We don't have red mana for the Atog yet. Need to find some red mana right quick. Thermal Alchemist, that's super scary with their 4 cards in hand. Damn it. Can't find red mana. Brutal. Now that's what we get for keeping this hand. I always just kind of figured that we're a 2-color deck. It's going to be easy. Ooh, Manamorphose. Well, our deck isn't working if we can't find our colored sources. Alright, yeah, we're dead. Because, like, the Searing Blaze, even for 1, is pretty good. Yeah, we're toast. GG. That's Burn for you. They don't give you much time. We don't exactly have a good sideboard versus Burn. We've got the Duress we could bring in. I'm going to take out the Temur Battle Rage, and I think the Wedding Invitation. Um, Alright, Galvanic Blast to kill their Alchemist. That's super good. Oh man, so many Togs. The old double Tog turn. Ready for this triple Tog. Pretty far off of lethal ourselves here. Opponent can probably kill us on their turn 5. I like the Blood Fountain. That's a lot of artifacts. Although it does take us off Duress. I was probably supposed to play Duress there. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 4 is 16, so that's not lethal. Down to 10. They still have 4 cards in hand. So they could kill us next turn easy. Any spell plus Fire Blast kills us. Fortunately, we do have the Duress to take a Fire Blast out of their hand. Oh, and the Fling. I think that just ends it. Because that's almost like double damage. So this is let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Yeah, this should be lethal. It's Thursday, my brothers and sisters. It's Thursday, day to praise Pauper. Any day that begins in the letter T is a good day to praise Pauper. That's right. I think we keep this. We have Deadly Dispute to redraw quite a bit, Blood Fountain to make a ton of artifacts. We don't have red mana currently, but the Deadly Dispute will get us a bit of red. Oh, Wellspring plus Deadly Dispute is kind of a combo. Oh no, smash to smithereens our land. Oh no! We're dead, chat. We're gonna die. We have no colored mana. That smash, so strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're one off of the Myr Enforcer, the one that they killed. Ah. So let's see, are we Deadly Dispute, Sack Star, Sack Wellspring, we have 1 artifact, so then we have only 5 artifacts, draw 3. Beto Comenta, thanks for the follow, friend. Ooh, we're taking a ton of damage this turn, that's to be expected. I think we're just about dead. No Pyroblast this turn, huh? But they got 3 cards in hand, we are so dead. That's burn for you. Alright, so pay black. Yeah. No shot. They have 4 cards in hand. They must be able to kill us here. Because if they're not slamming a land, it's all spells. Eli probably just walked away while I was taking a while to take my stupid turn, because why? I don't know, like, I kind of felt like, we'll take the turn, why not? Maybe Eli just has card draw in hand? I don't know. Like, what if Eli just has, what's name? Reckless Impulse. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're just off of death of killing. Smash to smithereens. Okay, yeah, you had it. Oh, hey there, Silva. I was not thinking about that. I had a shortcut in my head with Searing Blaze because Searing Blaze doesn't matter if you sacrifice or not. You just take the 3 damage regardless. So yeah, I just totally forgot that that was even an option. Oh, okay, because yeah, I was wondering what was in your hand that was making you hesitate. I figured like guaranteed you had it. So yeah, good job, Eli. Sometimes like you just go for the play and you think it's not going to work because well the opponent's going to be able to see the same thing as you. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you just get it. GG's, Eli. Blood Fountain with 2 Myr Enforcers. This could be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on turn 2, we have 5 artifacts. I feel bad for that one now. Could I have actually won that? It was going to be close. Like, losing the Myr Enforcer was pretty bad. I think you would have gotten another draw, another turn. Yeah, I think that you would have got another turn, Eli. My hand wasn't fantastic. And my mana was definitely suffering after you destroyed my Vault of Whispers. I think that if I had drawn a black source, I probably had the victory though, because I had a Blood Fountain and a Disciple. You did have a blocker though. Did I have a Wedding Invitation in hand as well? I don't think so. All right, so unfortunately, our opponent Kippy has lost connection to the game. Um, don't really know what's going on here. Moto is a quality program. Every once in a while, this will happen. Someone will just lose connection for whatever reason. Their internet goes out, their computer crashes. This does mean that we are going to have to wait here for a little bit. So maybe while we wait for this to regain connection, I'll see if I can... let's see here. I wanted to see if I could start work on the Metalcraft deck. I think that Snapbolt and a couple other people have been working on it. Danny Sarah, thanks for the follow, friend. All right, let's see here. What was the video? Do you have a deck list in here? Seriously, you have 0 Darksteel Citadels in stock? Okay, it's just because of the one that was selected. Home program eligible. So this is a deck list that Snapbolt has been working on, which is very similar to the mostly Rakdos deck that I played on the showcase. So yeah, it's got the Bleak Coven Vampires, it's got the Boarding Party, it's got the Krark-Clan Shaman, Fangren Marauder. I wanted an extra Blood Fountain in there. Not a huge fan of the Chromatic Star. So I'll just swap those for now. Deadly Dispute, Galvanic Blast, Wellspring, Impulse. Okay. Right, and they had the edicts and the board. So if we get rid of the stars, cast down to 3, bring the edicts into the main. What was the oh, it looks like they might have come back. They've mulliganed to 6 cards. So they might be back in the game here. And they've disconnected again. Okay. So let's see. What card was I looking for? Right, I was looking for the green card that destroys auras. Mostly Rakdos. It's called Serene Heart. Two of those in the sideboard. Get rid of the Tranquility. Don't want the extra Fengren. Actually, I wanted to go 2 Fengren's main and then have 2 Krark-Clan Shaman's main. You have the Serene Hearts. And then I also wanted Ancient Grudge. Because the Fengren Marauders aren't enough to beat Affinity, so I want 2 Ancient Grudge as well. And that helps a lot. 2 Ancient Grudge, 3 Fengren Marauder for the Affinity matchup. What else do I want here? Let me just check. They've rejoined the game again, so maybe we'll be able to play this. But I wanted to see what else I have in this sideboard. Suffocating Fumes. Ooh, Reaping the Graves. This one doesn't have Reaping, does it? No, we would definitely want to Reaping the Graves. Okay. It's getting pretty close to how I'd like to play it. I might like 3 Pyroblasts. Probably have to look at the lands a little bit closely. Might want to go up to 21 lands. How many lands did I have here? Yeah, 21. One forest, 3 mountains, 4 swamps. Oh yeah, that's the same basics I was playing here. But I had like some Vault of Whispers and Great Furnace as well. So I can maybe take 1 Citadel out. And then I think this is like our worst land. So I might go down to 2 of these so I can pump these back up a little bit. Okay, 21 lands. So I gotta get rid of a spell for that. Okay. So I think this is probably how we'll try the deck. Go ahead and save that. If you haven't seen Snapbolts before, does some really great Pauper content. Check out Snapbolts on YouTube and Twitch. Looks like our opponent still hasn't taken any actions. They're at 16 minutes left on the clock. Seems like they're having some serious connection issues. Like they've been disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting, reconnecting, which has been resetting the clock as far as making actions so they don't just like lose the match immediately. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're in the game. Blood Fountain. Go. Playing a Rustvale Bridge. We get Galvanic Blast. We'll play Wedding Invitation. Get Disciple. Not bad. Okay, so they're playing Jeskai. Looking for an artifact here. We get a Atog. Ah, Atog is pretty good. So we could play Myr Enforcer. We could play Disciple, hold up Galvanic Blast. Oh, did they leave again? This match is going to be hell to edit. Yeah, opponent just hanging here at the end of their turn. Unfortunate. Do I still have that deck list open? Yep, alright. So do I want to keep the two weathers? The weather could be like an extra Pyroblast. I think so. I don't know, like we got a lot of ways to gain life between Bleak Oven Vampires and Fangren. I'm not sure if I want weather in this deck. I mean, weather's going to be good against burn, sure. Maybe that's the reason we want it, just so that we can get, you know, like to our turn 5 play. Oop. I'm used to hitting middle click in order to zoom a card because of that's how you do it on Moto. Could go down to one Krark in the sideboard, and that would give us the extra Pyroblast, and we're still playing 3 Krark-Clan Shamans. I don't know. I think I probably want 4 Sweepers, especially since I'm not playing Cannonade. Okay. Opponent just concedes once I play the Atog. I mean, they had already lost half their clock. We can bring in Pyroblast. Kind of wondering about this. Like, what have we seen out of their deck? We know that their Jeskai They're playing the artifact lands, so they're playing Wildfire. Um, what else? They're probably like, what kind of deck would they be? They could be a Familiars deck. Like it could be Jeskai Familiars just running red for Wildfire. Don't really have a lot of ways to interact with their graveyard, huh? We could bring in Duress. Thinking their spells are probably going to be pretty clutch. You know, they're going to have like Counterspell or whatever for Fling. Yeah, we'll keep this. Probably actually just Duress turn 1. See if we can take away a Wildfire. They don't have any white mana for Journey. Journey's sorcery speed. I think we take the Preordained, so they just don't have anything to do next turn. The Gorilla Shaman sucks. I guess we die to Gorilla Shaman. They just play Gorilla Shaman here, kill our land. Oh, can't kill this land. As dropping blue been worth? Not really. I think that having the blue cards in the sideboard, definitely missing having access to Hydroblast. Maybe if we can get enough Disciples out, we can kill them with these 1 damage triggers. Because when they kill our land with Gorilla Shaman, they're gonna instantly take 2 damage. And then next turn we have Deadly Dispute, Wellspring. They take 2 more. We get a treasure. That's another 2. We have been having some connection issues with this game. That is to say, our opponent has been disconnecting. So with this spell hanging this way, with the opponent being tapped out, I'm kind of expecting that they're having another internet problem. You can see that their time on clock is at 11 and a half and mine is at 22. That's because they've disconnected from the game like maybe 3 times this match. Yeah, it just came up in the game log that they lost connection. And yeah, they've rejoined. So this is going to make it difficult for them to be able to win the match. Like, the Gorilla Shaman is really, really good against my deck, but they have to win 2 games in 11 minutes, and their deck isn't exactly quick. Like Affinity, we could win some games pretty quickly. Bogles, that deck wins really fast. I think most of my matches with Bogles were shorter than most of my games with mostly Rakdos. Very interesting game. If only we could stay in the game. I think the Kippy might have just disconnected again. All right, let's straighten up. Here we go. And another giant pause. Blind Judge, cheers. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we can open a chest. We got, things to do. Yeah, opponent's really just letting us hang there. Just leaving us hanging. Let's open a chest. Alright, so we got 10 play points, and we got a card called Zombie Apocalypse. 6 mana sorcery. Return all zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, then destroy all humans. Okay. Well, there you have it. Hates humans. There will come a day so dark you will pray for death. On that day, your prayers will be answered. Hey, Eli! Another chest being opened right away. Alright, what do we got? Oh, oh my god! This is a much better chest. Force of Vigor, friends. What is that even going for right now? I mean, I use it. I'm not going to sell it. I'd still like to know. I got to put the freaking card in. $40 ticks. 40 ticks for that chest. Eli, you legend. Also, we got Munda. Ambush Leader, 4 mana for a 3/4 haste. Rally. Whenever Munda, Ambush Leader, or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal any number of ally cards from among them, put those cards on top of your library, and put the rest on the bottom. Yeah, but the Force was pretty special. And okay, like, I was wondering, has Kippy come back yet? No, Kippy hasn't come back. Yeah, Force of Vigor, that was real nice. I mean, I've been using that card quite a bit, and having a Force of Vigor in my collection might mean I have access to some of the more expensive decks in Modern. Because I do have a rental limit. Card Hoarder is sponsoring the stream, and they've been very generous in letting me rent basically whatever I want. But some of the modern decks that exist right now are crazy expensive. Yeah, I used Force of Vigor in Yawgmoth combo. And I think it was it in Elementals when I was playing it? Yep. 2 Force of Vigor in Elementals. Yep, 4 color tribal. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. Magic decks have just been like exploding in price since Modern Horizons 2. A lot of the new cards have revealed themselves to be very, very good. And you know, it's not necessarily even the ones that we expected. I mean, we all knew that Ragavan was going to be super good, but you know, how many people were expecting Solitude to be where it's at right now? Yeah, yeah, that's true as well. The Orient decks are running 20 extra cards, and those 20 extra cards aren't, you know, like a dime a dozen, you know? Like those 20 extra cards have each have a price tag. Kind of surprised that Kippy hasn't just like conceded and allowed the thing to go. Like there's no way they're going to be able to win the match with 5 minutes. Give me a break. No attacks. Now we know why they printed companions. Oh, Volta Burb, you're on it. Yorian makes them so much money. Oh, now you're playing quick. What changed? Uh, I guess because I'm F6, they can't interact with those triggers. That's fine. Alright, they might have fixed their internet connection, so it looks like we're playing a game of Magic now. Ooh, what a draw. I guess we just Galv Blast the Shaman, play Tog? Oh, did we know? Oh, we know they have a journey. Okay, that was a misplay then. I was actually supposed to hold up Deadly Dispute. But, you know, it's been so long since I cast that Duress. Forgot that we had information. Now they're just going to be able to journey to nowhere, get rid of our Tog. Oh well, we're still going to win this match. They have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to win 2 games. And they've barely been able to string together 2 plays in 4 minutes. And, you know, no offense against our opponent, Kippy. Um, my understanding is that it's been an internet issue. They haven't said anything in chat. It's just the game log continuously says that they are being disconnected. So I'm pretty sure that like they're trying to play legitimately. It's just they're getting kicked off the internet over and over and over again. So like it's unfortunate they can't finish this game. And while I think you know they should just concede and stop wasting time, maybe they think they could have rid that Gorilla Shaman to victory. I don't know. Jeskai control ephemerate. Yeah, I think it's Jeskai Wildfire. I don't know exactly what their end game is. We haven't seen, you know, a ton of stuff out of them. Three minutes left. I don't think we would even sacrifice the Wellspring here to the Tog if, they were able to play the game out and play Journey to Nowhere. I think we just let them take the Tog and then we Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Classic control doesn't really seem like a thing in Pauper anymore. I mean, like the Pauper classic control, you're looking at Dimir fairies and then also Tron. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, good point. Azurius familiars and Azurius Evoke both have pretty heavy control elements. Yeah, teachings. That's what I was thinking about for Tron, right? Yeah, Snapbolt has been really knocking it out of the park with his brews lately. Hey there's Stompy. Yep, Azurius Pestilence. Another good option for a control type strategy. It doesn't run, like your traditional counter spells, but it's very, very good at controlling everything else. Controlling what access the opponent has to creatures on the board, controlling the opponent's hand, and then just being able to draw extra cards with the Monarch and finish the game with Pestilence. Pestilence is an interesting card. Um, I believe it's actually only been printed once online. Yeah, it was only printed in Urza Saga, and is secretly one of the more expensive cards in Pauper. All right, opponent's down to 0 seconds on the clock. We can finally put this game behind us. And as embarrassing as that is, that puts a victory on the board for our third match. So we are playing through this entire league. Even though I can't say this is a victory we earned, we get it all the same. Pestilence? Pestilence was definitely early days. I'm pretty sure you're right that it was Alpha Beta. Alright, so obviously we're mulliganing this one. We have no lands. This one we can keep. Probably just get rid of Fling. Forest Pass. Interesting. Nest Invader. We're playing against Stompy. Been a while. Don't see too much Stompy lately. Okay, there's the other Fling. Good thing we got rid of one. Play Wedding Invitation. Draw a card. Find Impulse. Alright, let's just get this out of our hand. Actually, I was wondering if I was supposed to hold up Galvblast or something here. Maybe I was just supposed to Galvblast this. I don't know how much damage I'm going to take here. Could be a lot. I'm going to feel really stupid if they play Elephant Guide on Nest Invader. Alright, Ledgewalker has Hexproof. Find a Myr Enforcer. We can almost cast that for free. Let's Impulse. Find Deadly Dispute and another Impulse. Oh, that's brutal. Was really hoping for a land here. We could sacrifice the star and still play the Enforcer to draw a card. Maybe we find land. Okay. Good draw. Would have been a little bit better if it was a red source, so we could still hold up Galv Blast here. Savage Swipe. Alright. Not the worst. Trade a 2-for-1 there. In our favor. Oh, but they're coming in for a bunch of damage with Rancor on Ledgewalker. We take 7. Go to 11. We could just be dead next turn depending on their draw. Another Reckless Impulse. Alright, let's start with a Deadly Dispute. We do find a land. I want to keep up red mana, which is why I played the land there, instead of potentially playing the Drossforge Bridge. We have not found an Atog, though. We have double Galv Blast, but we cannot kill the Ledgewalker. Down to 6. There's a Pit Skulk. Yeah, we need that Tog immediately. Now we found Tog. Are we too late? We have to Galv Blast the Pit Skulk or we're dead. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we have lethal if we survive here. Oh, and the Disciple. I mean, we're playing against Stompy. That is true. Fling for a bunch. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, I think I play the Star first, and then I play the Tog. Oh, this is where they gut shot us. Could you imagine holding that for that long? All right. Always yield. Just for salt. Save targets. Always yes. And we have a treasure, so I think I'm going to play the other Disciple here. Yeah, but just for salt reasons, like, hold that gut shot, wait for Fling to hit the stack. Gut shot. Yeah, we got the treasure for the 1 extra mana that we need for Fling. Just make sure we don't sacrifice the treasure to Tog. Okay, so that one, this one here, we still have to say yes, and now we can auto-yield to these. Okay, opponent concedes. Isn't this lethal even without Fling now? Yes. Which would be the reason to do that, so they wouldn't be able to, like, respond to the Fling. We can just get them as the Atog sacrifices everything. So then we have them, like, two ways. So we can bring in Cannonade. Can bring in Krark-Clan Shaman. I think I want the extra blood fountain because of the Krark-Clan Shamans. Yeah, not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be taking out. So I'm kind of like thinking about it as I go. I was thinking like disciples die when I trigger the Krark-Clan Shaman, so maybe I don't want as many of those, but like I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Munitions might be tough to use. I guess we'll keep this. We have Galv Blasts to slow them down, Reckless Impulse to redraw. The Blood Fountain turns our Galv Blasts on immediately. So we can play like Great Furnace, Galv Blast their first thing, and then we have Blood Fountain to power up Galv Blast their second thing. And we just get Tog. Nice. Time to die to Artifact Destruction. I mean, that is games games 2 and 3. That's how that goes, right? All right, so hitting their Quirion Rangers super good when they're missing land drops. We could Blood Fountain, Galv Blast. Be careful against Sabotage, thank you. Could just Wedding Invitation, draw a card. I don't want to play a Tog here because they could just like Savage Swipe. Oh, this would have been a great time for Galv Blast if I went for the Blood Fountain instead. With Rancor on the stack, you can actually put it into the graveyard if you destroy the target. Good point, Boltebird. They would have just put out another creature. Ooh, there's one. Now that they got the second land, let's see what else they can play. They've got to have at least one more thing here. Volt Scourge. Oh, wow. That's a really good one. Solid. And Volt Scourge is immune to our Krark-Clan trickery. Speaking of, oh, now they're drawing lands. We're taking a bunch of damage here. 5 down to 11. And they just pass. Oh, that's scary. Oh, Disciple? Nice draw. Hunger of the Howl Pack is pretty scary. Hey, Turbo Fog. What's good? We intend on blocking here with Krark-Clan Shaman, block the Burning Tree Emissary. Let's see, how many artifacts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That probably would have been better. Oh my god, there's no justice in this world. Just draw the card immediately. Okay. Perfect draw. Alright, always yield to this. Save targets. Always yes. Always yield. And always yield. They could have weather, yep. If they have double weather, that's pretty brutal. Galvanic Blast is nice. So do we play any spells into this? Like, we could play the Myr Enforcer for an extra 3 damage, but if they have weather, that's super bad. Alright, they're F6'd. Oh, cancel that. Do the Galv Blast before we lose Metalcraft. Choose a target, sacrifice a creature. F6. Okay, we win. So yeah, if they had had weather, that was a storm count of 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So they actually would have, if they had weather, they would have survived at 1. And they would have beat us. We have first turn Blood Fountain. We don't have red mana, but we got Chromatic Stars. I'm going to keep this. Eight cards of sideboard. 8 cards of sideboard hate in the main. Let's go. I don't know if you've been hearing about this, but that has been the style lately, to just put the hate cards right into the main. Do we just play Atog here? We have a lot of things to sacrifice. They're not going to be able to Galvanic Blast it. We might be able to just, like, swing in for a huge amount of damage next turn. Had the entire sideboard just for Affinity. That's awesome. I mean, Affinity is the boogeyman. You gotta be able to deal with Affinity. No journey, no journey. Okay. Yeah, just leave the hate in the main. You can side it out if it's not good. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 12. Yeah, we're not going for it yet. Let's start with the stars, sack the stars, see what we draw. Another Atog? Okay. I think we'll just attack for 3, play Atog. Hey there, Chuck. Nice. Got the Togatogs. That emote is cursed. Another Cleansing Wildfire. Oh my. Preordain. Okay, they're tapped out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Still not lethal. We need to draw artifacts that aren't lands that we can play. Not Makeshift Munitions, deck. Give me a break. Come on. Do better than that. Brutal. All right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, puts him to 3. That's not enough. You get to live another turn. That's brutal, giving them another turn. I really wanted to finish it off there, obviously. They just tapped out for so many turns. If we'd managed to get some gas there. And Stonehorn, so we can't even attack anymore. Okay. Looks like we've stalled. It was going to be a quick game. And then opponent played Stormhorn Dignitary. Now I've lost all my munitions. Yep. So close, but we just drew lands. I guess we should even just, like, use the blood token. Can't really even kill their creatures because of their angelic renewal. Good thing this doesn't destroy artifacts, too. Could you imagine how good this card would be if it destroyed artifacts? I hate this Rhino so much. This was going to be a nice quick game. Just attack them with Atog, and they die. That was the plan. Sure. No, don't Galv Blast my thing! I guess I try and kill your cleric? I don't really care if the cleric comes back, but if the dignitary comes back, they get to stop combat. Yeah, and we can bring our dudes back with the fountain. Oh, late to dinner gives them a ton of blockers. They eat the food, they're back up to 18. And we got a lot of work to do. And they can block with Soul of Migration, bring it back over and over again. We really need to find a Fling and have it resolve. Temur Battle Rage? We have combat this turn, right? Well, I guess we go for it here. They only have one card in hand. I think this is our chance. I haven't actually done the math. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16, 17, 19. So this should be lethal if they don't have Counterspell. I see what you're saying. Battle Rage to make sure we have the that they don't have the Counterspell, and then we don't lose everything. Oh, they don't have it. Don't punt and do it before it has 4 power. That would have been bad. Yeah, it has double strike, no trample. Temur Battle Rage actually getting a victory there. Basically Fling. So let's see here. Krark-Clan Shaman doesn't look very good. We could bring in Pyroblast. Makeshift Munitions kills their birds. Don't know if it's great, though. Wedding Invitation allows us to get through all of their blockers, so that seems pretty good. Like, Temur Battle Rage seemed quite good there. I'm thinking the Fling is a little bit of a liability in this matchup. I never know what to take out. We're probably going to get buried under the, under Dust to Dust. I imagine, like, opponent probably has, you know, at least 6 cards versus Affinity in their sideboard. Hey there, Mixlash. I wanted to try Rakdos. We're going to try Grixis later. Like, we have the Pyroblast, but no mana to use it. Is Pyroblast better than Galv Blast? Probably. Alright, they get to start with Cleansing Wildfire. That's their best start. Turn 2 Wildfire. It's one of the most powerful things you can do in Pauper. Well, at least that Archaeomancer isn't getting back at Dust to Dust. Oh, Deadly Dispute? That combos with Ichor Wellspring. Get a bunch of draws. Another Cleansing Wildfire. Oh, yeah, that's the Cleansing Wildfire they returned. Yep. Turn 4, they have, what, 6 lands in play? Cleansing Wildfire is just so good. We talk a lot about how Modern Horizons 2 changed things. And I mean, it did, because, like, Cleansing Wildfire wasn't doing anything without the bridges. But, you know, like, there have been so many good Pauper cards released outside of Modern Horizons lately. We are really lacking that red mana. I guess we have Treasure Token for red. Let's get rid of that Muldrifter. They have the Hydroblast. I'm almost wondering if I should just sacrifice the Wellspring here, just to get a card draw out of it. Another Pyroblast. Good card is good, I just can't cast it. And they have another Muldrifter here. Well, they've got the lands, they've got the cards. We're definitely falling behind here. Oh, we can't cast anything out of our hand. We're a 2-color deck. Can't cast anything. We're having to discard a hand size this turn. Brutal. Yeah, so Wedding Invitation is looking pretty poor right now. It did get us a game win earlier, but you know, being able to have access to red mana right now would be way better than just having this thing sitting here like a rock. Makes sense. Counter the Wellspring so I can't draw a card. Alright, I'm going to concede this game. They have Ephemerate on the Archaeomancer. They can get back Counterspell. We can't put things onto the board fast enough to have any real effect. Should probably be playing Duress in this matchup. Oh, that's a mull. That's a mull. Our opponent's mulliganing very heavily as well. Get rid of the TBR and maybe the basic swamp. I like having a couple of basics in the deck just in case they hit us with Wildfire. Deadly Dispute. We're just going to play Disciple Pass. Revoke Existence, exiles our land. I think I'm going to play Mountain so that we don't get destroyed by Dust to Dust here. If we play Great Furnace, they just get to Dust to Dust, kill both of our lands. And there's a Plane, so now they can Dust to Dust next turn. And if we play the Disciple of Vault, we don't have access to Deadly Dispute. I'm leaving this in hand because I don't want their potential Dust to Dust to be that much better. So I'm playing scared, basically. You would have sacked the Disciple end of turn? I kind of feel like Disciple is how we win. Yeah, and there it is. Oh no. Getting these chonky boys filling up our hand. I'm going to play the Wellspring, sacrifice this treasure, try and draw a land. Archaeomancer gets back Revoke Existence. They revoke... No, they're going for Wildfire? Okay. Wildfire is also super good here. They get to ramp, draw a card. Alright. GG's. We got 2-3 that league. Not a great showing for Rakdos Affinity. We did have some pretty nice plays in there, but all in all, definitely not a fan. Didn't have a lot of fun with that one.